Hi, you can change your momentum and the outcome of what you want to bring to you by changing your focus. I've just been out enjoying the beautiful sunshine with my son and soon to be daughter-in-law. And we were talking about travels and things that we've done. And they reminded me years ago, they went traveling with zero money, like proper traveling, backpacking, and they were on the road for a number of months. And they called me one day, my son called me, and he was sad. Mom, we've run out of money. We don't have anywhere to stay. We really are like scraping the barrel here. We barely have enough money to eat. And we're just thinking of like ending our trip and coming home early. And he seemed really bummed out. And I said to him, well, do you want to end your trip and come home early? And he said, well, no. And I said, well, what do you want to do? He said, well, we want to keep traveling. We want to keep traveling, but like nothing's working out. Like everything is costing so much money and this is happening, that's happening. And he was going on and on about all the things that weren't working. And I said to him, look, sweetie, you've got to change your focus. You're focusing on all of the lack. You're focusing on the lack of funds, the lack of abundance, the lack of things that aren't working. Change it, shift your focus. You guys are fully in alignment with your passion. They knew what they wanted. They were living it, right? They were doing it. Feel how it is. Think about the last place you stayed. What was good about it? He goes, oh, it was so good because I was bartending and Shenny was doing their website or helping them with their website. And it was really good. And we had a really good situation. I said, right. So feel into that. Think about that for the next situation. Call it in. And he's like, okay, yeah, that's right. I'm like, focus on what you want to bring. You want to keep traveling. You want to keep having all of these amazing experiences. So focus on what you want to call in, what you want to call in. And he's like, yeah, thank you. That's really good. And while we were talking, this big golden retriever kind of showed up and he's like, okay, that's great. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. And we got off the phone. And then they started talking to the owner of the big golden retriever, who was called Whiskey. And the owner was like, well, yeah, I run an Airbnb and yeah, I could use a bartender and I could use somebody to help me with my social media and website. Off they went. So they just immediately, like within minutes, they changed their focus and their vibe to attract in what they really wanted. But remember, they were already aligned with their passion. And then they changed their situation and they got a really great deal. Now, we were talking about this today. Years later, Shenny said, if we hadn't been in that situation and having to work and really find those resourceful parts of ourselves to make our travels, which was our passions, happen, she said, I wouldn't be designing websites now because she was in fashion before they went on this trip, stressful world of fashion. And now she's got an extremely successful web design business, web design and branding. Have a look at my website, shannonoflaherty.com, to see the kind of amazing and beautiful things that she does. And she's just going from success to success. Now, we don't always realize the higher outcome when we're called to do something, when we're exploring our passion. And often we think, oh, well, no, I'm not going to do this because I have to work so hard to do this. But you don't know what's coming. Something better could be coming. So whenever you have an inspired moment and you feel drawn to do something, drawn to work with somebody, drawn to go traveling, drawn to go out, whatever it is, follow that instinct because there's a higher reason for it if you're open to seeing and inviting in what the higher reason is. When we're following our inspired moments, we're in alignment with that passion, with our highest self. We're getting our own head trip out of the way so that we can invite in that beautiful energy from the universe that is guiding us all of the time. And then that will back us up every time. But people are saying, oh, I'm manifesting. However, people are manifesting, except that they're not really vibrationally in alignment with what they want to call in. They kind of know, or maybe they're too fragmented. They have too much, like, well, it could be this, it could be that, something around this, something around that. You need to get really specific about what you want to call in. You need to see it in your mind like it's happening now, and you need to feel it in your body fully. You need to feel it like, how would that feel to live in the big house on the hill with the expansive views? How would it feel to go traveling and not worry about finances and have adventures? How would it feel? And you need to bring all of those vibrations together, the visualization, the feeling of it, and the idea and what you're putting out into the world all together, so that you can really call that in and stay in that vibration and focus on what you want to call in, not on what isn't working. Because people are manifesting, and then going, oh, but what if it doesn't happen? And taking one step forward and two steps back. So I know this stuff works, and even for the smallest things, right? So today I wasn't planning on seeing my kids and hanging out in the sun with them this afternoon. I went out and saw somebody else and did something, and it wasn't really that entertaining. But then I was right near where they lived. So I stopped by and I was like, well, this is the higher reason. Here's the beautiful benefit of the day, because we're having such gorgeous weather in England for a change, sunshine every day. It's wonderful. So look for the gift in every situation and tune in for what it is that makes your heart sing. And when you have a little moment of, oh, I should call that person, call that person. When you have an inspired moment of, I should book a call with Shannon, book a call with me. When you have an inspired moment of, I should go traveling, I should do this, I should do that, do it. Find a way to do it. Get resourceful, find your creativity and make it happen, because that's a nudge from the universe. Are you paying attention? The universe is really hoping that you are, because then your life can change in ways that right now you can't even imagine. And it does always work out for the best. I love you so much. I look forward to hearing from you. Book a call.